Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers until the end of the year. And let's get going, guys. So yes, I am going to do another one of these videos. Yes, I'm going to talk about, again, the MiG-25. And we are playing with the AUG-41, trying to not use the cannon and just use the missiles to actually show you that with some regards that I'm going to, some things that I need to explain to you, but that a MiG-25 would actually fit in the meta right now. Maybe not in top tier, but close to top tier. Maybe 11.3, 11.7, something along those lines. And why? Because I love the MiG-25, right? Yes, it is an aircraft that I always wanted to be added. It is a very heavy interceptor, made for high altitudes. I mean, it can go up to 18,000 meters plus on a combat mission as an interceptor. So yeah, it is a very high flying aircraft, and it can do a lot more than that. But you know, the MiG-25, I don't need to talk too much. The main problem with it is that it doesn't have a cannon. But if, that's the thing, if we get, even though in these maps, even the P variant could be usable, a variant without flares and chaff and just with the old missiles and the old Raider from 1969, but due to the meta and stuff and to be a more of a top tier aircraft, I think the PD or PDS would be a lot more, you know, usable. And I already did videos talking about the aircraft, but just to recapture that kind of line of thinking. Remember, the PD had the Raider RP-25, or a Raider based on the Sapphire Raider, but just larger. So it had around 80 to 100 kilometers max range, a little bit more maybe if a bomber or something like that. I would imagine that it would detect like an F-14 or something like that at like maybe 80 kilometers, something along those lines. And the missiles, the R-40s, RDs, they are basically big, like really big R-24s. And yeah, they turn the same kind of way. They basically it is the same missile, but they have you just have more range, right? It's a bigger missile. It's, I think, the largest missile ever made production-wise, right, for air-to-air combat. And yeah, it's a very large missile. The range on it, effective range would be around 20-30 kilometers, something similar to that. But the max range is around 60 kilometers. So it is around the same as the normal R-27. So imagine an R-27 but bigger, with a larger explode warhead. Basically doesn't need to really hit the target, so it needs to get close to the target only. A little bit less than these smaller missiles, because the proximity fuse is actually pretty big, the area of it. And it had a large payload, so yeah, together with a range of a similar caliber of an R-27R and a Raider that can do that, together with an aircraft that has a lot of speed and a lot of climb. It is very powerful. Even at low altitudes, it really is powerful acceleration wise, you know. Yes, it has its problems. It has the problem especially on not having the gun, not being able to turn very well, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And basically you would only carry 4 radar guided missiles, or you know, IR guided R-40s, but also you could carry the R-60Ms that could actually be usable in a kind of interception role, picking up targets that don't know that you're there. So yeah, it is not going to be, if it's ever added, not by any means going to be for everybody. I think it's a matter of people wanting to play, and I think these maps fit the meta for it. Yes, you will need to be careful against it, but it is not unbeatable as well, because it is a very large target. So Something like an F-14 can kill it fairly easy if he wants to, and if he doesn't do anything wrong. The R-40s, I mean, I think they are worse than the Phoenix in range-wise, but in turning-wise and short ranges, it is better. So it's not like the F-14, I think it's a more complete aircraft. But as an interceptor, the MiG-25 is one of the best out there that ever existed, right? So yeah, and flying with the AK-41, yes, as I said, we are using the R-40, the R-27ER. We are having a much more modern radar. We can actually turn a lot more, and there is a lot of things that we could compare it to. But the thing is, the MiG-25 doesn't need to be bad, just the best at everything, right? Just needs to be good at doing this. Climbing very fast, killing people that are actually flying high and trying to kill you as well, trying to do the BVR and basically get the upper hand above the targets. Because to be honest, if you have the upper atmosphere of the game, you can create havoc down there, right? So the MiG-25 would help with that. Not that it would help, because it's less of a need and more of a fun kind of situation. It's like the AK-41. It wasn't added because it was needed. It was added because it is a fun aircraft. It's the same principle, right? In the AK and the MiG-25 would be the same. As I said, we need a more advanced variant than the earlier ones. We normally have late 70s versions of the aircraft they already have, even in the third generation. So the MiG-25, we just need the late 70s variant as well. As I said, it is not going to be for everybody. It is going to be a fast interceptor that doesn't like to turn very well, but if you use it correctly, you can get 4 kills, and or even more if you use the R60s, and then RTB, and get more missiles if you need to, and destroy the targets. It is an aircraft that, yes, it is going to be difficult to clutch with it, but any aircraft is. And to be honest, if an aircraft can clutch it, it is the MiG-25, because you will be able to outrun basically anything flying high and be able to deploy the missiles from an upper altitude and just destroy everybody. So yeah, this wasn't possible before. I'm doing this video to talk about the possibility of something like a MiG-25, because now we have the bigger maps, and with the bigger maps, new types of aircraft can be added, including high altitude interceptors like the MiG-25, like the Su-15, like the MiG-31, even the F-106 if they wanted to, in lower BRs. I know it probably won't be facing too much on these battles, but it will be not playing as much as in these battles as the top tiers, but still it would be pretty good. And to be honest, even if the MiG-25 is bad at most of the hands of the players, it will still be amazing and fun to fly, because it is an iconic aircraft. And being an iconic aircraft, just to be able to fly it and kill something, even if it's just 2 or 3 kills per match and just trying to return to base, it will be fun as anything in this game. It is going to be so much fun, and I cannot wait to see something like that and have basically these maps filled with not only, you know, the normal aircraft that you see like MiG-29s, MiG-23s, but also the glorious MiG-25 PD. So yeah, hopefully this is added, and yeah, I would be just so happy, and I know a lot of people would be as well, even if it's not that good. In the meta, I think this is the perfect meta for it, the bigger maps, but even at that, it might suffer a little bit, but that's the thing, it doesn't need to be the best thing ever. Not everything needs to be the best thing ever. Some things just need to be good enough and iconic enough to be in the game, like many aircraft and many things that we have in game. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about the MiG-25 with this current meta, with the bigger maps. Do you think he would have a place now? I know it's made for bombers, but also is that of the Phoenix and the F-14. It's made to destroy bombers mainly, but the F-14 can handle itself. Of course, it's a more complete aircraft, but the MiG-25 can handle itself against fighter as well. I guarantee to you, it is not going to be amazing, the best thing ever, but it is going to be good at BVR, and it's going to be fast, and I think it's going to be fun to just fly it in the game and destroy a couple of targets each match. Hopefully it's at it, and yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Subscribe.